Ladies and gentlemen, digital investors, welcome back to another video where we cover everything that is going on inside of the crypto space. This one's going to be short and sweet, but we have some good stuff to go over. We're going to be talking about three of my absolute favorite coins. It's not every day that we get to fit the entire trifecta into one video, but we will be covering not only XRP but also HBAR, going a little bit more in depth on some previous news. We have some more information on that, along with SingularityNET AGIX, some really cool stuff. I'm excited to hop in, and that's honestly what I want to do. So if you guys are frequent viewers of the show or you appreciate this type of content, make sure you tap the like button, as it does help a ton to push this video further inside of the YouTube algorithm. And your guys' support lately has been absolutely amazing. We do have new posts in the Patreon. This most recent post for you patrons, you don't have to watch this if you don't want to. It is nothing pressing. It is just more so some entertainment, but definitely make sure you watch this, where we go over the entire market and what I think we could expect here in the short term, which is not something that I'm a fan of. I really like to look at, long-term things, but we're coming into a real weird point here with crypto, right? We're kind of coming into this, bottleneck phase where prices could get pretty heated, right? We could see prices move considerably to the upside, and if you're trying to take advantage of the cycles, it might be wise to maybe take some profits. So definitely give that video a watch. If you are not part of the Patreon yet, I would definitely say to consider it, because as of right now, with where we are in the market, there is a lot of opportunity, and I'm only going to be promoting this while there is opportunity. Once we get to the point where there just isn't many good buy opportunities and most of these things are, cranked to the upside, like I said, I'm not going to be promoting this because there's literally no point to. But as of right now, there is just so much opportunity and so many things cooking up in this market. So if you want to get access to everything we're doing, Patreon is the first link in the description. You also get access. I did a whole video on everything inside of my crypto portfolio, a ton of deep dive and rabbit hole research on different coins, along with you guys get updates on what I'm currently doing, like what I'm currently doing now, which you could find. If you want the most recent one, check out this short-term market update and strategy. With that said, guys, let's begin. Let's start off on HBAR. $4.5 billion allocated to expand the Hedera Hashgraph ecosystem. So we did mention this, I think, on the previous video it was, where we mentioned the tweet that Hedera put out, but now we have a lot more information on it. So the Hedera Governing Council, because remember, Hedera is governed by a council, not from one central authority. So this governing council recently announced, and by the way, if you guys don't know who is on the Hedera Governing Council, please do some research. Of course, I have a deep dive on Hedera inside of the Patreon. So everyone in the Patreon, you guys know what a gem Hedera is. But if you don't know who is on the Hedera Governing Council, you need to go to the Hedera Hashgraph website and look at it, because it is insane. So they recently announced that it had allocated 10.7 billion HBARs to fund the development and expansion of the ecosystem, which honestly, guys, that is going to be huge, right? I believe we even saw Algorand doing the same thing, where they're putting together some fund to help develop their ecosystem. And personally, I think it's going to be a winning strategy. The amount is worth approximately, in US dollars, 4.5 billion, and that's at the current market price of 42 cents. It represents 20% of the token's total supply. Interestingly, the value of the 10.7 billion HBAR has more than doubled since the governing council approved the allocation at a July 14th meeting. The tokens were worth about 2 billion on that date. The Hedera Council said it had already designated half of the funds to its recently established independent HBAR Foundation. This is an autonomous organization, and it would be responsible for the distribution of the remainder. As per the announcement, the remaining half of the fund currently held in Hedera treasury accounts will be deployed to partnerships and other initiatives that will strengthen the ecosystem. Guys, I can't stress how much I really love this, and that they're going to put out these HBARs not for marketing, not for creating some hype cycle, but to actually strengthen its ecosystem, which is exactly what we want a company to be focused on if we're looking to hold long term. Sure, people who go and they take, $20 million and dump it into marketing and PR campaigns and hiring influencers, that's great. You're going to make some great money short term. But I think the companies, the crypto projects that invest in actually expanding the ecosystem, creating this community, that is really going to dictate whether or not you should hold long term or short term. Just look at what a project is actually doing. They say the foundation will oversee the administration and development of the Hedera ecosystem by providing grants to developers, startups, and other organizations with the goal of expanding the network across products like DeFi, NFTs, CBDCs, and iGaming, which I thought was really interesting. Some iGaming, we're seeing a lot of gaming stuff starting to pick up now. Hedera's governing council picked Shane Higdon to lead the foundation, and this is what Shane has to say. Our mission is to fund a future where entrepreneurs from digitally native economies and ecosystems controlling their own assets, identities, data, marketplaces, and more. We are excited to engage with and support organizations and teams that share this vision. So really awesome stuff. I think I hit on everything I want to say about this, but yeah, super bullish on this. Let's move on to Ripple and this whole SEC lawsuit and the catalyst that might push XRP to some new all-time highs. So this case has really been developing recently. So the SEC has filed a motion to protect documents requested by Ripple from public viewing. So remember, the SEC said that these documents that Ripple was requesting was, completely irrelevant. Ripple's harassing them, all that stuff. Well, now it looks like they don't want us, the public, to view it. I wonder why. The XRP army, proponents and supporters of XRP, have unearthed one of the 13 entries that count as internal SEC documents in the case. William Hinman, former SEC director, is enclosed as an entry in an email submitted for review and comment by SEC officials. Now we have Digital Asset Buy believes that Hinman's speech came from a collection of people's opinions, and he tweets out here it is, John Deaton. The Hinman speech came from this. It looks like a whole collection of people's personal opinions. Hinman's speech is considered critical to the outcome of the case since he declared that Ether is not a security in June of 2018. Back then, Hinman argued that he had warned Ripple about XRP and advised the company to halt its sales. On the contrary, when asked about Hinman's statement, Gary Gensler, which, man, Gary Gensler has turned into quite the guy, huh? The current SEC chair, Gary Gensler, refused to comment. How convenient. The XRP army asks why the SEC is picking winners and losers in the industry. It wouldn't be because somebody's getting their pockets lined, would it? Here we have Charles Gasparino of Fox Business Network shared the SEC's response to choosing winners and losers. Now, I think this is huge because we do have this guy, Charles. I don't know much about him, but it looks like he works for Fox Business. So we're actually seeing this Ripple SEC case getting picked up by, I guess this guy's a reporter, but, before it was just the natural grassroots, XRP community who were reporting on this, keeping us in the loop, everything like that. But now it's really starting to expand. It's really starting to get some coverage here, which is unbelievable to see. We have John Deaton, who believes Ripple will win based on its current defense. He says this is why the memo and evidence tweeted out below by Digital Asset Buy helps Ripple's fair notice defense. It's an objective standard. Ripple could have bad intent and still win, but don't take my word for it. Here is Judge Netburn, and he gives us this piece right here. If you guys want to give that a read, just feel free to pause the screen and skim through it. We're going to move on right after this. So we get into this, right? The number of XRP wallet address has increased by over 200% in the past 3 months. So we're kind of moving away from the lawsuit. This kind of goes to show, right? John Deaton saying that he thinks Ripple has a really good chance of winning, right? XRP wins. And we're seeing that reflected maybe in the sentiment across retail traders and traders, investors in general, people who may have been on the sidelines, because of right here, right, where we're seeing active XRP wallet addresses increased by over 200% in the past 3 months. I mean, that's pretty great. Retail traders are adopting XRP despite recent delistings across several spot exchanges. This is bullish for XRP price in the long term. And think about it, guys, right? I know a lot of people want the price of XRP to be higher. Believe me, I would too. But the fact that XRP is over $1 right now, and we're not even on, the most major exchanges, man, does that make me extremely bullish, because there was a time when XRP was listed on everything and we were below 20 cents. Now we're over $1 and we're not really listed on much. We also have Peter Brandt, who we know hates XRP, but he shares a potentially constructive long-term chart analyzing the XRP USD pair. And so he's replying to a tweet here. This tweet says, "Not too late to jump on your favorite altcoin XRP with 1% trading capital and enjoy the ride." And he shares this chart here. Obviously, he's pointing out a head and shoulders pattern, which we know would be bullish. He says this is potentially a constructive long-term chart. So interesting to see Peter Brandt, who we know is not a fan, actually giving us a bullish chart here. Pretty cool stuff. And here we have network activity explodes. This is regarding XRP as well. When considering the rising number of active addresses on the XRP network, the bullish thesis holds. Roughly 6,700 addresses are interacting with the network, representing a 394% jump from last week. So even in the short term, this is still growing. A spike in the number of active wallets tends to be followed by rising prices. Now note, tends to be followed. It doesn't have to be followed, but when you take into account that we have the active wallets increasing, we are in the middle of a bull market. Guys, things are looking really sweet right now. Slicing through resistance might push this token, being XRP, to new all-time highs, while losing the underlying support barrier could result in a correction to 85 cents or even 70 cents. So be prepared for the downside just in case that does come. Now, we have some good stuff regarding SingularityNET and AGIX. If you guys are enjoying the video, please tap the like button. Really do appreciate it. So here I want to share this from @FractalCrypto on Twitter, and if you are trying to stay on top of everything going on in the SingularityNet space, the SingularityNet ecosystem, and you are on Twitter, Fractal Crypto is a good friend of mine and a definite follow in this space. He is so on top of it, unlike anyone else I have seen. So 5x free airdrops. Don't miss this. All SingularityNet AGIX holders get a free drop/claim of 5x huge multi-billion-dollar spin-off projects governance tokens. First airdrop was Singularity DAO and made holders 10K to $42 plus each. What I can say, guys, as someone who did collect that SDAO airdrop, I'm very happy I collected that SDAO airdrop. When we saw SDAO first come out, it was sitting at about, 60, 70, 80 cents. That's where it was floating. And then it went up to $1, 60, 70, 80 cents, and things were looking really cool. And I think we saw it get as high as about $5, $6. And currently it's sitting at, I think, $3.50 to $4. So yeah, SDAO has been an absolute animal. All of these projects are also launching on Cardano ADA soon, and we know we have what coming up? We know we have that Cardano Summit coming up, and this is the tweet coming straight from SingularityNet. They say, remember that the Phase 2 proposal sets aside 5% of new project tokens, including NewNet, Rejuve, Mindplex, and Sophia DAO for AGIX token holders. We call it the Loyalty Reward Wallet. And if you guys want to deep dive on all of these coins, we've been going over all of them inside the Patreon. You can find all of these in there. So if you want to learn more about that, first link in the description will take you to the Patreon. And of course, guys, I've already been covering everything going on with AGIX and the ecosystem, and I will continue to do so, along with giving you guys complete updates in the Patreon of all of these airdrops. Because personally, guys, I'm not going to be missing out on this, and I don't want you guys to either, especially after how well SDAO has treated us. I think there's big things in store. So as a believer in SingularityNet and the AGIX token, I'm a pretty big believer in the ecosystem as well. It just kind of makes sense. And we have this as well. An ETH whale just bought 6 million AGIX, worth approximately 2.3 million US dollars. Some pretty crazy stuff. So we could have the whales entering. Again, I think with this Cardano Summit, I have a feeling SingularityNet could be a pretty big takeaway from that, and that could be really good for us as holders. Now, let's finish up on a different note. I don't want to spend too much time here, but I kind of want to ask you guys a question. So here we have one article from Cointelegraph that says El Salvador ranks 3rd in global Bitcoin ATM installations data finds, which is like, oh great, that's awesome. They're 3rd in installing ATMs in El Salvador. You're like, that's great. And then on the same Cointelegraph, we have this: protesters burned Bitcoin ATM as part of a demonstration against El Salvador president. So it's like, well, Which one is it? Are they are they implementing a ton of ATMs and people love it, or are they burning them to the ground? Just let me know what you guys think of everything that's going on, because I think all of us in the crypto community, we heard El Salvador was going to adopt Bitcoin. They're going to place all these Bitcoin ATMs, and we got super hyped for it. But it seems like El Salvadorians themselves aren't really for this. So I'm kind of taking a step back on the situation. I don't really know what to make of it. And I'm going to ask you guys, what do you make of it personally in the comments below? You know, I love to hear your opinions. So just let it rip down there and let me know what you're thinking. Our fear and greed index for today is sitting at neutral at 53. And our top 10 prices for today, we'll go over this quickly. We have Bitcoin at 47.8 thousand. Ethereum giving us a 3,300, Cardano at 235, $2.35 that is. I know sometimes I say these a bit weird. I'll be like, oh yeah, Cardano is at 230. You guys are like, what? Cardano's $230? No, it's $2.30. BNB is at $417, XRP at $1.07, Sol at $158. Polkadot at $34, Dogecoin at 23 cents, and we have AVAX at $73. And with that said, guys, I'm going to wrap up the video here. If you enjoyed it, please consider subscribing, and also please consider tapping the like button so this video reaches more people. As you guys know, I'm not a financial advisor, so don't take this video or anything in it, anything on this channel is financial advice. I'm just a guy recording the daily crypto news and documenting this crypto bull run, and that is all. To all my to the end viewers, thank you guys so much for your support and for sticking to the end. I do hope you enjoyed this video and maybe you learned something. I hope you guys all have a great day, and I will see you on the next one.